I opened the door, and the house was silent. Not a normal silence. A heavy silence. The kind that presses on your chest like something already happened and your body knows it before your mind does. My purse fell to the floor. I didn't pick it up. I took 2 steps, and I saw my husband's phone on the table, lit up, vibrating, and on the screen, a message that wasn't for me. "Dad, are you coming today?" Mom said yes. "Dad, we don't have kids." That's where it started. There wasn't a scream. No movie-style drama. It was worse. It was a cold feeling crawling up my spine that froze me in place. Like the world had been switched off and only that message was glowing on the table. I read it again. Dad. I moved closer. My hands were shaking. I'm not exaggerating. Not a figure of speech. They were really shaking. I could feel my pulse in my fingertips. I opened the chat. Photos. A woman. 2 children. A house that wasn't mine. And him smiling. The smile I thought I knew. The smile I thought belonged to me. 10 years. 10 years of pictures. Birthdays. Christmas. Trips. An entire life. Running parallel to mine. And I didn't exist there. I didn't cry right away. That's the strange thing about big pain. At first it doesn't hurt. At first it numbs you. I sat in the kitchen chair and started scrolling like I was watching someone else's life. Like it was a series. Like it wasn't my marriage falling apart in my hands. There were photos of a newborn baby. Date. 9 years and 11 months ago. I remembered that year. That was the year he told me he was working overtime. That he was tired. That he was building our future. Ours. I waited for him with warm dinners. Left notes on the table. I believed him. God, I believed him. When I heard the door open, I didn't move. I didn't run. I didn't scream. I didn't hide the phone. I just left it on the table screen facing him. He walked in smiling. "Love, I'm home." Then he saw the phone. And his face changed. It wasn't surprise. It was fear. The kind of fear only someone has when they've always known this day would come. We looked at each other. No one spoke for a few seconds that felt endless. I was waiting. I don't even know what I was waiting for. An explanation that erased everything. A mistake. A misunderstanding. Something. But he just said, "I can explain." And that's when I felt the impact. The pain hit all at once. Like a train. Couldn't breathe. Literally. I grabbed my chest because air wouldn't come in. 10 years. 10 years. I asked him one thing. "Who are they?" And he cried. My husband. The man I'd always seen strong, calm, steady, cried like a child. And he confirmed everything without saying it. He told me in fragments. Between tears. Between silences. Between unfinished sentences. He met her before he married me. He never left her. He could never decide. And while I was planning our wedding, he already had another life beginning. I wasn't the only one. I never was. The children were his, too. A boy and a girl who called him dad. While I called him husband. I felt nauseous. I ran to the bathroom and threw up. My body rejected reality. Couldn't digest it. When I looked in the mirror, I didn't recognize myself. That pale woman with empty eyes was me. The betrayed woman. The woman who lived a lie for 10 years. That night I didn't sleep. He talked, begged, explained, cried, said he loved me. Do you understand the cruelty of that sentence? He loved me, and still, he betrayed me every single day for a decade. I lay with my back to him. I could feel his breathing, his presence, and he felt like a stranger, an intruder in my bed. I thought about every time he held me, every time he kissed me, every time he said, "Trust me." And I did, with my eyes closed, with my heart open, never suspecting that while I chose him every day, he was living 2 lives. The next day I went to work like nothing happened. That's strange too. The world keeps going. People talk to you, smile at you, tell you, small problems, and you're there, carrying an earthquake in your chest that nobody sees. A coworker asked, "Did you sleep badly? You look tired." I smiled. "Yeah. Just a little tired. Tired." What a small word to describe being shattered. I came home early. He was there, sitting, waiting. He said he left her, that he was staying with me, that I was his wife, that he wanted to fix it, like betrayal was a broken lamp, like 10 years could be glued back together. I asked him, "Do you love her?" Silence. That silence was the answer, and something inside me broke for good. I didn't scream, didn't throw things, didn't make a scene. I said, "Leave." That was it. Leave. And for the first time in 10 years, I chose me. The days after were a quiet hell. The house felt enormous, empty. Every object had memory. Every corner reminded me of the life I thought I had. I cried in the shower, cried in bed, cried while eating. I cried in places where no one could see me, because there's a kind of shame in being betrayed. Like the cheating says something about you, like it's your fault for not seeing. I kept asking, was I not enough? Did I fail? Was I blind? Betrayal doesn't just break love. It breaks self-esteem. It makes you doubt your reflection. One day I got a message. From her. Yes. The other woman. She didn't insult me, didn't scream, didn't blame me. She wrote, "I didn't know he was still with you. I thought he left you." I read that 10 times. She was deceived too. 2 women, living the same lie. I cried for her for the first time. For me. For her. For those children who were innocent in all this. Pain wasn't a straight line. It was a circle. Kept coming back. Weeks passed. I started breathing again. Not better, but differently. The pain became background noise. Always there, but no longer drowning me every second. One night, I sat alone in the living room and realized something that scared me to admit. I survived. I thought that discovery would kill me, that my life ended there, that I wouldn't be able to get up again. And yet, I was still here. Broken, yes, but alive. Infidelity isn't just cheating. It's theft. It steals time. It steals trust. It steals versions of you that will never return. But it also reveals something. It shows you a strength you didn't know you had. I was a woman who loved deeply, who believed, who gave everything. And that wasn't weakness. That was my beauty. The mistake was his, not mine. Months later, I saw him. On the street. He was with the kids. They looked happy. I felt a stab in my chest. But it wasn't hatred. It was sadness. Sadness for what could have been. For the life I imagined. For the woman I used to be. But I also felt something else. Freedom. He wasn't my burden anymore. He wasn't my lie anymore. I walked out of that story alive. And that was my quiet victory. If you're listening to this, if you were betrayed too, deceived, replaced by someone who promised to stay, look at me with your heart. You are not broken forever. You are not less. You didn't fail by trusting. Trust is not a mistake. Betrayal is. And the one who betrays carries their own sentence. Even if they smile. Even if they move on. Even if they seem happy. Because living knowing you destroyed someone who loved you, that doesn't disappear. Ever. Infidelity leaves scars. But scars are proof you healed. I'm not the same woman. I'm more careful. More aware. Stronger. But I still believe in love. And that, after everything, is my act of rebellion. Not letting his lie turn me into someone I'm not. Final reflection. Being unfaithful isn't a small mistake. It's not a prank. It's not something that happens. It's a repeated decision. Every message, every lie, every night, is choosing to break someone. Slowly. If you love a person, be brave. Talk. End things. Be honest. But don't live a double life. Because the pain you leave behind isn't measured in days. It's measured in years. It took me 10 years to discover the truth. And even so, I chose not to become hate. I chose to continue. And you can too. Even if it hurts right now. Even if it feels impossible. Even if it feels like the world ended. Breathe. You're still here. And that means your story didn't end with the betrayal. It's only just beginning.